Hello and welcome to the Fourth Wall Podcast. I am your co-host, Matthew Calhoun. This is a podcast dedicated to movies, games, books, anything basically that you would like. Please check us out at our website at www.thefourthwall.co, where you find out more about us and just anything in general about movies and games and stuff like that. And please enjoy the podcast.
Are you not entertained?
Great Scott. You're a wizard, Harry.
What a strong wizard. This is Peppy. All barrel roll. Try a barrel roll.
I am the Super Saiyan Son Goku!
It's me, Mario.
Stop, would you kindly?
Hello, welcome, our wonderful and beautiful fans. We love each and every one of you. This is the Fourth Wall Podcast, where we talk about movies, video games, books, music. This is basically our excuse to nerd out in front of a microphone, and we hope you like what you hear. And if you do, give us a subscribe, a like, a comment. Tell us what else you want to hear us nerd out about.
Yeah.
Because we love this.
Yes.
We hope you do too.
Yes. Also, go check us out on our website.
Yes, the www.thefourthwall with the number 4 and the TH.
Yes.
Wall.co.
I think we have to start reminding people to put the 4, because otherwise they may not know. They may actually type out the 4th. Actually, we'll make that clear.
We should have another website there that says, "Hey, go back to the number 4."
Yeah. At the what is it? What game is it that's you're at the wrong place or something like that? Go to someone's. I can't remember.
Yes,
I can't remember what it is.
I know what you're talking about. I
Yeah.
can't think of the name. Well, anyways, today
Yeah.
this is Matt and Matt, by the way. The two greatest podcasters of all time. Probably not. That's probably not true.
That's probably not true. But I'm Matthew Calhoun,
I'm Matt Parker.
and this is our video game breakdown for today.
I'm actually going to ask Matt a whole bunch of questions about the Batman Arkham games. I have played 2 of them. There's 2 more that I have not played, and we're both big fans.
And
of
I played all of them. So
Matt has played all of them.
I own all 4 games, even though technically Arkham Origins wasn't made by Rocksteady, but they still count it as a prequel. We'll try to do these pretty often, just whenever we can. I think that's if you want to go ahead and
Okay.
with these.
My first question for you then is, what makes this series so great in your opinion?
I'm glad we're getting this question out of the way, because this may be the lengthiest question that I have to answer. But so what makes Batman Arkham Origins or the Arkham series great? If you haven't picked them up,
What order are they supposed to go in?
So technically, all right, if we're gonna go with the prequel, then it's Arkham Origins, Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, then Arkham Knight.
Okay.
I think honestly, what you should do is just kind of externate the prequel there, or play it later, because you go from a very open world in the prequel game to Arkham Asylum, but Arkham Asylum was actually the first game made. So I would
some would say the best.
Yeah, some would say with the best. Also, each one has their followers that would say it's the best each game. But I would play it in the order of Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, then Arkham Knight. And if you want to, go back and play that prequel or play it before Arkham Knight.
Okay, that's helpful.
Yeah, I played it in the order of Arkham Asylum, Arkham City. Then I played the Arkham Origins, and then Arkham Knight. This series is so great. I liked Batman beforehand. I thought Batman was a great character with the whole Dark Knight series and all that stuff. And what I read in the comics, I thought he had some great stories with Hush and Batman Eternal, Batman Endgame, and stuff like that. And The Killing Joke. I think those are all fantastic stories that in the Batman mythos that really makes that character shine. What's so good about this game is it came in with a lot of negatives. A lot of people, before they actually got to see the game, were based on not only Batman's track record, but track record of superhero starring games, they haven't been that good. And what Rocksteady did is take the lore of Batman and just fully, I think, embrace it and do new things with it that just made it feel original and new and powerful. And Rocksteady truly revolutionized the way that we have fighting games now with their style of fighting.
Mm-hmm.
I can't tell you how many games have copied that type of style of the AB, the Batman type fighting style, because it was just it's revolutionary. Really, it was, and I give a lot of credit to Rocksteady for that. The story play elements.
I honestly think that if they ever make a Spider-Man game, that's what the Spider Sense should look like as well.
You know, actually, they did an Amazing Spider-Man 2. That they copied a lot of that.
Good.
Yeah, although the game was heard not rated high, they did. Copy
I did hear that.
They did copy that fighting style, so at least that would be a lot of fun. So the spoilers, just so you know, whenever we do these, whenever we do these video game breakdowns, we probably will spoil a lot of stuff or just a little bit of stuff.
So you've had your warning.
Yeah, so just so you know, story wise, some of the best stories told, not just for Batman, but for gaming in general. I think it has some very powerful moments. Although it was played out in somewhat a different way than I thought, a very powerful ending for Batman. In Batman Arkham Knight, it's I think it tells a story. You know, I've talked with Matt here, and you've talked about how, you know, you thought Batman was cool, but then you thought Batman is the real deal whenever you played these games.
The Arkham Asylum, before I played that, I was under the impression that Batman was not even a superhero. I thought he was just all his power came from his gadgets. I was like,
calm down, fans. Calm down.
I changed my opinion. Okay?
Yeah, that can happen. I don't know if you're aware of that.
But I actually fought long and hard battles, like why Batman was the least among the superheroes.
Yeah.
But then I played this game, and it was right around the time that the Dark Knight trilogy was getting...
I think the Dark Knight had come out just a couple months beforehand.
Right.
And then they released this game.
So Batman...
It was
for a while, Batman was killing in the movies and in the video game.
And in the comic books.
And in the comic books, like, everything that nerds like.
Yeah.
So Batman was the king.
he was hitting the trifecta pretty hard.
But I played that game, and I got to really falling in love with some of the characters and the villains.
Yeah.
And the way that he fought, and the way that he did use his gadgets to get out. But really, if he didn't have gadgets, he still would be able to do these things.
Yeah.
And I really, right now, I will tell you, Arkham Asylum has moved Batman to my number 2 favorite superhero spot.
Yeah.
Right under Spider-Man.
I mean, well, and I think that's what it did for a lot of people, you know, and something as genius as detective mode, it feels whenever you use it in the game, and you know, it feels so honestly like Batman. Like that would be a gadget that he would not only use on a daily basis, and it would be instrumental in how he would solve crimes as truly the greatest detective that he's called in the comics and in movies and television. You know, it's this very authentic story, and Rocksteady also proved that you can make a video game based on a comic book character, and you can make a dang good one. And it doesn't exactly even have to be super open world. You know, Arkham Asylum was not. It was an open world, but it was restricted to this
to the island.
To the island, and it wasn't like you could do a bunch of stuff. It was basically kind of more of a streamlined story. Yes, you did have Riddler trophies, which if I may just pause and talk about those things, not only are hard to get, but they are so rewarding whenever you do get them. And Matt, you got 100% on the Riddler trophies.
Oh, I had help. I did not do that by myself. I cannot boast that. I had a lot of help from my friend Google. Don't choke.
Good thing.
But It really is, as you said, rewarding. Especially the further you get on the Riddler things, he starts to get angry at you. Like, how are you doing this? That alone is fun.
And the Amadeus Arkham Amadeus.
It was Amadeus Arkham.
Amadeus Arkham. I'm sorry. Those bits of what you scan on the wall and all that. That's really a Batman type mythos. It's a really cool thing.
Oh yeah.
And then just the I guess, well, what the thing about it is of this mythos that's created. Even whenever they have the character bios, those are so well fleshed out, from their height to their color of their eyes, to their backstory. That is so well fleshed out. It just
makes it worth it to find it.
Yeah, it makes it worth it to find these characters and stuff like that. And even from the opening scene, in Arkham Asylum, it just draws you in. And it's
the voice acting.
The voice acting itself. Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill reprising their roles respectively as Batman and the Joker. It's truly amazing to hear. Some of the
they've
greatest.
been those characters for a long time, haven't they?
Yeah, and they both did the animated series, and then I think Kevin Conroy's kind of done it off and on. Well, Mark Hamill hasn't reprised the role, I don't think, since The Killing Joke, and so that's and I think he did Phantom of the Mask, or Mask of the Phantasm, or something like that. I can't remember the exact Batman movie. That was the animated one, but actually Mark Hamill did win a voice acting award at a convention, a big convention when Arkham City came out.
For those of you that don't know, that's Mark Hamill as in Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, if you didn't know that guy is a beast. Just so you know. But I love him. I love the games. They're in my top 10 list of favorite games of all time. It's a fantastic story. If you have not picked them up, please, I beg you to do so. If you love Batman,
yourself a favor,
or fighting games, or detective type games, or story games,
superhero games.
Yeah, it really crosses puzzle games. It crosses a lot of genres, platforming games, stealth games. It's pretty much got it all in it. It's something that I think just is great, and like you said, what is so great about those games is everything. really, honestly,
that says a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, so the reason that somebody would play a superhero game would be because they want to feel like that superhero.
Yeah.
Like, if you play a Spider-Man game, you want to be able to swing through the city.
Mm-hmm.
You want to play Superman, you want to be able to fly, you want to lift everything, save people.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So my next question is, does this game allow you to feel like Batman?
It's funny. It's kind of like this thing. I think that although the Dark Knight was like it was Batman, but it was like a different take on Batman, somewhat more, I guess you would say, realistic, or just an alternate version of Batman. But whenever I stepped in and played Arkham Asylum, I really thought I was playing the Batman from the comics, and from just the storyline aspect to the mythos of what you find out about Batman, about his past with the fear toxin that goes on and all that. It's not only is it just like this creepy, and I think it captures that part of the comics that that may not exactly be for kids, is this creepiness and this factor of Batman is not constantly but regularly reminded of his parents' death. But not only that, he is just, I guess, almost not tortured, but in constant just pain of that, and especially because of Scarecrow and his fear toxin, and the levels that you go through.
He's haunted by his past.
He is haunted by his past, and it plays a big psyche into the Batman, and that's how you feel like the Batman. It's not per se the action; it's a part of that, but it's really this journey that you take with Batman through these games, and that's what makes you feel so authentic, true Batman. It's crazy, but it's great, and whenever you're in stealth mode, whenever you're in detective mode, I mean, I feel like I'm the greatest detective in the world because of the crimes I'm solving, and
What about the fighting?
the fighting is pure. If there was ever like a way to fight as Batman, I think this is the perfect way. I'm so glad that Rocksteady came up with the idea for Batman. I'm glad that it was first introduced on Batman because I don't want to see any character fight like this other than Batman, really. I mean, I don't mind the mechanic in other games, but I'm glad that the origin really was Batman. And if that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. That's what I was just about to say. You are the Batman because of the story and the way that I'll get to a little bit later about the villains and stuff like that and their chemistry with him. But yeah. So what is your next question here?
Next question is it replayable? Like, is there any value in playing through it a second time or a third time or anything like that?
Oh yeah, definitely. With the Riddler trophies, with the little subtle nods to things, with the other stuff that you can find there, just in Asylum in Arkham City. I mean, there's a massive amount of stuff you can get, whether it be abilities, upgrades, or trophies, or solving just puzzles and new gadgets you can get as you play through a second time, and little story side quests that you can go through. One of my favorite ones was the Mad Hatter one, where you whenever you get to fight those stuff and your face is all turning a weird thing, a weird shape and all this stuff. And I mean, just these iconic type stuff that happens on these side quests makes the game a second playthrough and a second go through, and just getting 100% on the game worth it and rewarding, which is hard for me to say because I don't exactly like to get 100% on games. I'm not like a completionist, but whenever it comes to these games, like it's hard for me to not put down the controller, honestly, and to do these side quests to find out what happened to this so and so and all that, because it's so vast, so expansive. I mean, it's like why should I not do this?
Right.
You know what I mean? Why wouldn't I do this type of stuff? And I thoroughly enjoy it, and I think anybody else would be able to. So yeah.
So probably going back through a second time, there's a lot of things that stick out as a favorite moment. What are some of your favorite moments that you get to experience in these games?
Favorite moments. Arkham Asylum. Whenever you go through whenever you're fighting Scarecrow, and you're going through as whenever you're like walking through that hallway and like there's stuff moving around and it like dissipates, and
It's kind of trippy.
yeah, it's very trippy.
Don't play it at night.
Yeah, I was scared crapless. I was playing at like 3 in the morning. That was I don't know why I did that, and because I remember I was playing it with somebody, Austin actually, and like I was like, "Are you gonna stay with me and play this?" I was younger at the time, and he was like, "Yeah, totally." Like, dude, like 20 minutes later, he passed out, and I'm playing this game, and the part where you like walk as a child, to the door and like you pass your parents, that's one of my favorite moments of the game. In Arkham City, there is where you fight Ra's al Ghul. That's really good, and you go through that whole sequence when the Joker, whenever he poisons you, and obviously the end of that game is, or whenever you meet Doctor Strange, and then the end of the game whenever you're, if I can just talk for a second, and you played this part, so you can talk with me about it. At the very end, whenever you get the antidote and all that stuff, and then you were going to give it to the Joker, and the Joker attacks you and knocks out the bottle, and he's going to save himself, and And Batman says, "You know what the funny thing is? You know, I would have saved you still."
Oh yeah.
And like whenever we talk about, do you feel like the Batman is like that? That's an iconic moment in gaming. You know.
Oh yeah.
It's I personally believe so. I don't see why it doesn't make more top 10 lists and stuff like that. I don't know if people have made exactly those lists or a bunch of them, but I definitely believe that even though it's pretty fresh still, I believe that belongs on the list, and that shows the relationship between just a short dialogue back and forth.
A very short moment.
It shows what the relationship that the Joker and Batman have and has had for years now, and this sense of, he won't kill the Joker because of what he represents, and to put it in Joker's words, he won't kill Batman because he's just too much fun. And
They're two sides of the same coin.
Almost. There's two sides of this madness. And whenever you think about the premise of the Joker, it's a clown that's psycho. I mean, it's kind of scary, but I mean, it doesn't exactly scream arch enemy or greatest villain, one of the greatest villains of all time.
No, Joker only works with Batman.
Yeah. And I think, it's like this perfect moment almost of what Batman is, what his villains are. It makes this case for just deeper meanings altogether. I mean, you could really write a review or a report of the game and really delve into the sub layers of this game, because there are many things, and it's fantastic. I love it. It's the end of the Joker till the next game. But it was supposed to be. It was definitely supposed to be.
It surprised me.
Yeah, I did not expect.
That's a big, until you and I started talking about it, that's a big reason I didn't play some of the other ones, is because I didn't want to play it without the Joker.
Yeah, and if it was just this very Batman goes through all this stuff throughout that one night, and it's insane. It's something to behold. And another favorite scene is, and I think, in my personal opinion, Arkham City is the best. But in the opening of Arkham City, whenever you're sitting there in that chair and you're staring at yourself in the mirror, and you have to move the chair and break it and stuff, that scene to me was really cool.
Right.
I actually really want to go play it now, because and I've replayed that game several times, but I do, I really love that game.
Can I talk about one of mine?
Yeah, go ahead.
From Arkham Asylum.
Yeah.
The game opens with you're carrying Joker into the asylum, and Batman has a funny feeling.
Yeah.
He's planning something.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. But there's a scene where they're all in the elevator, and the lights go out, and you can hear the Joker just laughing maniacally.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, "What's going on? What's happening?" And the lights come back on, and Batman has his hand on Joker's throat. Mm-hmm. He's like, "Don't even try it."
Yeah.
I just love that moment. I don't know why.
What's crazy is in Arkham Knight, he actually has to go down in there to meet with, I think it's Scarecrow, and he's going down the elevator, and the lights are flickering, and it comes off, and the Joker's holding, or I can't remember if it's the Joker holding Batman or Batman's holding Joker. I think it's or Joker appears in that on that thing there for split seconds as the light flickers and stuff. It's really cool. It's a really
cool. I think I have seen that.
Yeah.
I think that was in City, where it's reversed, and you're playing as Joker, and Batman is strapped to the.
It also happens in Arkham Knight. So I guess.
Oh, okay.
But
But I just love that moment, because Batman, he's like, you're not tricking me, Joker.
Yeah. Well, and not only that, but that whole walkthrough, that first part where you see Killer Croc and all that, and you have the test. It's really cool, and just
it's immersive.
Yeah, it's I mean, it just brings you into the world, and I think that from that moment, you're just like, okay, Joker's bad. He's very evil, and Batman is in for something, and we don't know what it is. And it's emotional. It's got great. I know you got a couple of questions for me. I could talk all night about just favorite moments.
Well, I think this is a good.
Just real quickly, one of my favorite moments in the last game is whenever you confront Joker at the very end.
This is heavy spoiler territory.
Heavy spoiler territory.
If you haven't played it, shut your ears and go la 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 la.
Yeah, is whenever you face Joker and he's shooting the Batman statues and all that, and just a part where he says, I am Batman, I am the Knight, I am vengeance, stuff like that. That is Batman, and it's the Joker being forgotten and is his biggest fear, and no one ever caring or knowing about him or ever wondering about him. That is just epic, and it's just there are some great story elements in that. So in the last movie
and
or the last game.
storytelling techniques.
Yeah, storytelling techniques and the way that they use it. It's very. If you don't have a PS4 or an Xbox One, then watch the walkthroughs of it. I would recommend the Rad Brad. He's a great guy to watch on walkthroughs whenever it comes to storytelling games. And it's please go check it. Go check out that game also. All of these games.
You've kind of talked about a few of them so far that make appearances in this game, but what I really want to know about is what are some of the villains? Because Batman has some of the best villains out there.
Best rogues gallery.
Yeah.
You will, in the 3 games, you will face people from Joker, Harley Quinn, Bane, Killer Croc, Calendar Man, Hush, and those are some of the side quests. Mad Hatter, Two-Face, Penguin. I'm trying to think of Mr. Freeze.
That one was interesting.
Yeah, Doctor Hugo something. I can't remember.
Strange.
Hugo Strange, is that it? Okay. And then Ra's al Ghul, Talia al Ghul. I'm trying to think in the 3rd game who all you face, because you face a pretty big number of villains, different villains. Obviously, you face Scarecrow, the Arkham Knight. You face Poison Ivy. Yeah. You have a great battle with her in the very first game. Deathstroke in the prequels. It's fantastic. I think that's just off the top of my head all the ones I can list off.
Is Joker your favorite?
Favorite villain, yeah. Favorite villain to face out of the Arkham series, yeah. But that being said, I think Penguin is really fleshed out. I think
they did do a good job with Penguin, because even in the comics and the Danny DeVito thing, I was always kind of like, really, why is he scary?
Yeah. Yeah.
His name is Cobblepot.
Yeah. Back to
Oswald Chesterfield Cobblepot.
Yeah. But Ra's al Ghul is very good. He's done very well. He's also one of my. He's probably like my second favorite. With the DLC packs, it gets even better. You can play as Robin. It's really great. I can't think of another game series that has as many villains that I have liked so much.
That's a good way to put it.
Personally, to me, there may be, obviously there's other games, but that's just me. It's a fantastic series.
Okay, I guess my last question then is does this pretty well stay faithful to the source material, to the comics, or do they kind of take some liberties? Do they make something brand new? Because as far as I know, these aren't based on a comic book or a movie or a TV show or anything like that. These are like new.
These are, as far as I know, kind of. I mean, they've taken kind of some ideas from other comics, but it is a new story, and most of the aspects of it are new stories, and it is. Although it's new stories, it feels absolutely like it would fit into a comic book. Would fit into a fit on the pages of a comic book. It feels original. It feels authentic, and it feels like Batman. And it's almost perfect. I mean, really, the franchise is. And I know in the third game there are some issues, but if you look over those issues, kind of, and just focus on the story, I mean, one of the best stories with Batman. Heavy spoilers again. Batman struggling this war within his mind while he's being injected with fear toxin against the Joker and becoming like the Joker, and the madness that is going inside him, and how he's dealt with it so far since the very first game to now, and how Batman is the spirit of vengeance, but not only the spirit of vengeance, just a protector of the weak, and it comes full circle in the third game, and it makes for one incredible story. And I hope I didn't talk too much. But, yeah.
No such thing when you're talking about Batman.
Exactly.
We proved that in one of our recent podcasts.
Yeah.
But no, thanks for talking with us about these games. You definitely made me. All I own is Arkham Asylum. You definitely made me want to go back and play that.
Yeah.
So, and I want to get the later games as well.
Yeah. Or if Arkham City is also one of the best games of all time, in my opinion, and definitely deserves, I think, a spot in the top 100 of video games, and pretty high up on that list.
It says a lot.
Yeah, and that's my opinion. You can disagree with me, but just for me personally.
All right, guys. Well, do you have anything else to add or throw in there?
Buy the game
now. Now, thanks for listening. Thanks for all of your support. Give us a comment. Tell us which game of the Arkham series you like the best. Give us a comment. Please visit our website.
Mm-hmm. Like us. Subscribe.
Please be our friend.
Please be our friend.
No.
But thank you guys so much, and we will see you next time.